He has achieved the impossible as a player.
He is a legend, if you ask.
Oh, he is a legend.
He carries a different pressure on his shoulders. I don't think anyone else would be able to do that.
When you set your standards high, you have an obligation to keep reinventing it. Because if you don't, you really wouldn't be called a legend.
Most cricketers around the world, they'd say he's a legend.
And one such legend is making a comeback to India, Jeep, a brand that celebrates the laurels of its past, a history that started in the battlefield but now has come a long way to offer aspirational SUVs. And ladies and gentlemen of the nation, one such aspirational SUV is parked right there. Jeep takes pride in labeling this as the most awarded SUV of the globe. If you've been following the Jeep Grand Cherokee label closely, you would know that this fifth generation has grown larger in size. It also offers a lot more luxury on the inside and a lot more capabilities off the road. Also, a lot more practicality and space associated with it. I like how the design, it ditches any futuristic design cues and retains those American styling elements that we all love. For instance, this 7-slat grille. Also, on the side you have those markers, quite likable, makes it look very American, very macho. Now, the easiest way to understand how this would look on the road is to imagine this as a bigger Meridian, because that's what it is, except that it gets its own styling elements. Like for instance, it gets detailing on the grille, it gets detailing on the vents, the scuff plates, they have a lot of chrome, the alloy wheels are different, and a lot of chrome being used around judicially, and that gives it quite a luxury quotient. Looks quite stylish, I have to admit that, especially in this black color. Now, interesting bits that you would want to know about the Jeep Grand Cherokee: both the bonnet and the tailgate are made out of aluminum, and also the front drive shaft, it passes through the oil sump. Now, that ensures that the weight is in check, and that in fact ensures that the efficiency of this vehicle is in check, because it only comes with a petrol-only option. Now, whether you had to drive it on the highway or drive it to the top of a cliff, you sure are going to like the way it looks. It's brute, it's very macho. In a country that loves Fortuners, this is going to set standards and definitely draw a lot of eyeballs as well. Good-looking wheels on a good-looking SUV. Also, if you notice closely, there is a 4x4 badge on the tailgate, which denotes that this is a full-time four-wheel drive vehicle, and that is the only spec that you can have it with. What powers those wheels is a 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine. Yep, there is no diesel that is being offered. This engine produces 272 HP and 400 Nm of torque, comes mated with an 8-speed automatic transmission that also gets various drive modes. Now, the engine, it has a few interesting bits about it. Like for instance, it uses direct injection to add to better response. Also, it uses a twin-scroll single turbo that is mounted directly to the cylinder head, and that again ensures better response when you're driving this big SUV, because you might think behind the screen that a 2-liter engine powering this might not be sufficient, but then the figures are healthy. As I said, 400 Nm for an SUV this big seems to be pretty decent. What also aids better efficiency and better performance is the fact that Jeep, they've used an electric power steering and also an electric air compressor. So they are not belt driven, and that reduces the stress that is put on the engine. Alright, now into the cabin of the Jeep Grand Cherokee, and man, what a huge step up this is from the previous cabin that the Grand Cherokee used to offer. Good quality materials, good chunky seats, lots of leather, lots of soft touch materials, and in terms of the technology, it is packed as well. So you get 3 screens. One is obviously your instrument cluster. You have a nice high definition screen here that offers a lot of functionality. The passenger, they get their own screen. Now this also has a privacy glass sort of a functionality, so it's visible only to the passenger, but what it enables you to do is connect entertainment via HDMI and screen it without distracting the driver. So that is pretty cool. It also gets a heads-up display, and this rear view mirror is also a screen because when you put it into reverse, you get projection of what is back through this screen as well. So a lot of technology being packed in here. Now we have very limited time today, but I can tell you that the space is good, the seats are very comfortable, and this is a 5-seater option. We are not getting the 7-seater option. That is the Grand Cherokee L. This is the standard Grand Cherokee. But then again, in terms of the space, in terms of the functionality, in terms of the build, everything feels really nice, really great to touch and hold. I'm quite happy to be in the cabin of this. It's just such a huge step up. It's just brilliant. Oh, also wood on here. It's just nice. I was so fascinated with what Jeep has achieved with the cabin that features like ADAS completely slipped my mind. There's a full suite of level 2 driving assistance system, including adaptive cruise control, lane watch assist, cross traffic monitoring and blind spot monitoring as well. It's not revolutionary, but it certainly comes in handy when the Grand Cherokee visits the city streets. What's really surprised us today is the pricing. Rupees 77.50 lakhs ex-showroom for an SUV that has that sort of a legacy attached to it is just fantastic, and that is all down to the fact that this is now going to be assembled in India. So that gives them a price benefit. Now the Jeep Grand Cherokee, it competes with a lot of German SUVs out there, and they feel different. I mean, that is down to the fact because they share their engines and their platforms and the gearbox, but this is very different in terms of its proposition. This is American. This offers a lifestyle that people have not been yet introduced to. This offers capabilities, off-road capabilities that no other SUV in this price bracket can boast of, and that is what makes it a very strong contender, very desirable. Let's put it this way. If I was in the market looking at a stylish, luxurious SUV that could do a lot of off-road bits, this one makes a very strong case for itself. And I'm also happy to report that the legacy, it continues to live on.